welcome everybody. If you missed my little spiel at the beginning of it, I'm SH from Fable. I work at Fable, where Sean Astin has his amazing book club. If you haven't joined, again, it's fable.co/Sean Astin. Please join us as we start reading Two Towers. We are just wrapping up the Fellowship of the Ring. First of all, Matt from Nerd of the Rings, our next guest. You might have seen him on TikTok. You might have seen a wonderful little TikTok that he did with Sean not too long ago, DonMarsall72. So both of these guys are going to be here for trivia with us. Their handles all across the internet are pretty easy to find, DonMarsall72 and Nerd of the Rings. And of course, Sean Astin. Sean, you want to introduce yourself to the chat?
My name is Sean Astin, first-time caller, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Okay, let's get on with this Q&A. We have a really good one actually submitted via Zoom that I think is fantastic. Now, I know that you haven't quote unquote finished reading Fellowship of the Ring, but we're just going to talk about your entire experience with the books. You have read them before, and you're a good researcher. Couple times, yeah. So this is a good one, and I can't wait to hear what Matt and Don have to say, but we have to limit our answers, okay? So just like short answers. Who do you think is a true main character of the book? And I'm not going to quote Tolkien and say who the real hero of the book is, but it's a leading answer, leading question. Who do you think is really like the main character, because there's so many, it's kind of like one of those ensemble films, right? Like, how do you determine who gets nominated for Best Actor?
I recuse myself because I reject the premise, but I would love to see these two lads fight it out.
I was going to say that's a little bit cheating since Tolkien straight up admitted, Sean, that your character was the chief hero of the story.
He did. And how can you read the books and not think that is what I'm saying. So, but there are some people who say Aragorn is the main character. There are some people who say Gandalf is the main character. So I guess I just want to know from your personal reading and reflection, who do you think really stands out? Obviously, I've said this before too. To me, my favorite character besides Sam being the hero is Pippin. He's my favorite character in the whole books. He has the greatest transformation of all of them. No offense, Aragorn, but we kind of saw that one coming. With Pippin, it was sort of like, what? So that's my answer personally. I think Pippin is really the character that I focus on the most. He's the one that I really follow his story and trajectory. And when it comes to unfinished tales and all the deep history about him and his family, that's the one I'm the most interested in.
Matt, I'll jump in if that's all right.
Yeah, go for it. Yep.
So I have always, this may seem like a slight cop-out answer because he's only in it for one book, but I have always thought that Boromir was such a powerful and strong character in that he represented the very human parts of us that we can kind of all relate to. Just, from the hobbits, they're kind of fantastical creatures, and the elves are, these ethereal, beautiful creatures. And Aragorn is like this king, this lord, sort of high and lofty. But when you look at Boromir, he's just a guy that has the literal weight of the world on his shoulders. And to me, I ask, and maybe I'll ask even you, Sean and Matt, who among us, if not under the pressure of our family members and our country, wouldn't at least think about taking the ring for ourselves and using it to become that leader that everyone expects you to be? I always find Boromir's death one of the saddest moments of the entire trilogy. No offense, Sean, to the "I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you." That's my favorite line in the whole book. But Boromir's sacrifice to me was just, it spoke so much to the human condition. So Boromir is my pitch.
All right. So I'm not one to argue with Tolkien, so I'm going to say Sam. That's what I've always thought. I just love the fact that, he kind of gets drafted into the whole thing by Gandalf, and like everyone else pretty much volunteers, but which he does at the Council of Elrond too, but, he forces his way into the Fellowship and everything, but he kind of gets drafted into it, but he has all these chances to turn back, and he doesn't, just out of loyalty to Frodo. And at the end of the day, like he's the one that we end the book with. And, at the end of the day, it's just beautiful how he goes home to his wife and kids. And, as a dad and a husband, I love that. It resonates with me so much. But yeah, I think it is just real quick, I'll say it's a testament to Tolkien and the depth of the world that he created, that people could answer so many characters. And, if you start taking in the larger legendarium, then I think that's where like people like Aragorn, who, he's kind of fulfilling centuries of failure on the part of men. There's so many answers, and you could make a very valid argument for so many characters. And it's just a testament to how great Tolkien is.
I would say Frodo.
Frodo?
I would say Frodo because I'm thinking of like Joseph Campbell. And the kind of mythological archetypes, and he's the Christ figure.
Yep.
Right. Yep. And his immortal soul that he you saved it has been saved, but not for me.
Right.
Middle Earth has been saved, but not for me. And there's something so human about Boromir. You really make me think about Boromir a little bit. Is he sort of the Cain and Abel? Are they kind of Cain and Abel a little bit? Like, what is that? Maybe not Cain and Abel with it. What there, because it's.
I swear we can find someone who knows the answer. I swear somebody in the chat can tell us the answer of who everybody's archetype is, right?
But Faramir, how pathetic it is, that his dad is, so far gone and likes his other son better, and so he goes out to basically on a suicide mission, and the kind of the emptiness of duty. Duty is this amazing thing. It's what we rally to. We it's honor. It's I fight because that's my life does not belong to me. It belongs to those I love. It belongs to future generations, and so I lay it on the altar for you to do. But in the name of duty, people have done some stupid stuff. They mindlessly and thoughtlessly and selfishly participate in systems. You were talking about the soldiers in Russia, who I had an idea on how to finish. Anyhow, I think Frodo and Aragorn have to be. Somebody's got to advocate for those two. Because
they're good characters. Good
I think that they're the intentional. Yeah. That's what he wanted. So I think for us to go and find, I love Treebeard, but you can't say Treebeard's the greatest character thing, but Treebeard's when I was reading it, I just love Treebeard. So, but I feel like to honor Tolkien, we have to at least acknowledge that he set up these two protagonists in that way.